Um, does it make sense, Lily? Okay. Okay, that's really good. Thank you. All right. Christina, are you ready? Oh, okay. Go ahead. Let me give you the co-host.
Wait, how do you present?
Click on the slide show, the button next to the down arrow. Yeah, click on that. Thank you.
You. So my name is Christina and I am a rising junior and I am 16, turning 17 this year. And my presentation will be about Paramita of morality. So for my presentation, it will be about these 10 items. The definition
You
of
can
Paramita.
turn on your webcam, bro.
Oh,
Your webcam is not on.
yeah. The 6 Paramitas. Who practice this Paramita? What is the Paramita of morality? An example of false Paramita of morality, an example of true Paramita of morality. What is the purpose of Paramita of morality? The difference between compassion and morality, and examples of morality over compassion or compassion over morality. So, Paramita is a noun which states the perfect virtues practiced by those in advanced stages towards their path towards enlightenment. There are 6 paramitas: generosity, morality, patience, diligence, meditative concentration, and wisdom. But in this presentation, we'll be focusing on morality. Paramita of morality is the practice of using our body, speech, and mind to execute positive deeds and avoid negative ones. We should do good, do no evil, and purify the mind, honing right speech, right action, and right livelihood from the Eightfold Path can help one perfect the Paramita of morality. Right speech examples of right speech is to not gossip, lie, exaggerate, or use double tongue. Examples of right action is to not steal, kill, or perform sexual misconduct. Examples of right livelihood is to have an occupation that does not harm others. For example, working as a bartender, drug dealer, or butcher is not right livelihood. In other words, there are 5 precepts to follow when dealing with this paramita: to refrain from killing, stealing, to not have sexual misconduct, to refrain from wrong speech, and to prevent clouding the mind. Instead of just simply following the 5 precepts, one can go beyond and practice more wholesome deeds. Instead of just not killing, one can actively protect life, which may lead to a long life. Instead of just not killing, one can practice giving. Instead of just not committing sexual misconduct, one can be respectful. Instead of just not lying, one can give praise. The opposite of paramita of morality would be to kill someone, beat up a dog, or to purposely turn family against each other. Examples of true paramita of morality include helping to feed the homeless, releasing captured animals, purifying your mind, and following the Eightfold Path. The purpose of practicing the paramita of morality is to understand moral and ethical virtues. Perfecting this Buddhist paramita will help one on their path to enlightenment. Some people may misunderstand and mix the term compassion with the term morality. The dictionary definition of compassion is sympathetic pity or concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others, while the dictionary definition of morality is the distinction between right and wrong and good and bad. Compassion is whenever you see others suffering, you will feel the same pain as if it was your own. You would try your best to find a way to help them and end their suffering. Compassion has loving kindness and wisdom. Loving kindness is to bring happiness to others through patience. A quote by Dr. Wayne is, "If you have the choice between being right and being kind, choose being kind." So this is a example story of when you should choose compassion over morality. It is not right to steal or take what is yours, but in this story, Bobby is a farmer who sells fruits and vegetables at the market every weekend. Bobby works hard in all types of weather to grow crops for the people in his village. One weekend, a poor boy was looking at all the colorful stands in the food market. He had no money but was desperate for some food. Having no choice but to steal and fend for himself, he decided to sneakily run off with some potatoes and corn from a different farmer's stand. The farmer caught him in the act and started chasing the little boy. Bobby, who witnessed the commotion, swiftly signaled to the little boy to hide behind his stand. The farmer stopped at Bobby's stand and asked if he had seen a boy running with potatoes and corn in his hand. Bobby said he did not see anyone carrying such items and sent the farmer on his way. When the farmer was out of sight, the little boy came out of hiding and thanked Bobby. Not only did Bobby save the little boy from a lot of trouble, he also offered the boy some of his hard-grown crops. This short story is an example of compassion over morality because Bobby chose to relieve someone's suffering by doing the right thing. Not only should we not steal, but we should give. This is a story of when we should choose morality over compassion. Morality means to have judgment between right and wrong, good and bad. Andy is a high school teacher. He is known for being strict and serious. Although his students are not always eager to go to his classes or learn from him, he always makes sure his students understand his teachings and do well in his class. A certain student named Amy has trouble paying attention and focusing in class. She is always on her phone and talking to her peers. When the major grade test comes around, she fails terribly, and realizes she must discuss her score with Mr. Andy. After class, the two and Amy's parents speak about how Amy can raise her grades. Amy's parents ask if Andy could just avoid this test. Andy thinks about it for a second but decides that he will not. He knows that if he avoids the test, Amy will not learn or understand the lesson and it would hurt her foundation in the future. In the end, he compromises with her and says that he will let her retest with the highest possible score of a 70. This story is an example of morality over compassion because Andy chose to help someone in the long term over being kind to them in the short term. Instead of lying, which may be too strong of a word for this story, and instead of being kind, which may have hurt Amy, Andy decides to give a helping hand. This is the quiz part of my presentation. So the first question is, what is the Paramita of morality? 1, to develop inner awareness, to practice loving kindness and compassion. 2, right speech, right action, right livelihood. 3, persistent effort to improve what we know or do. If you were to die tomorrow, you should learn more. If you have helped everybody, you should help them once more. 4, the willingness to give others what they need without attachment, whether that be giving material possessions, giving loving kindness, protection, or giving loving understanding. Yeah, I put the answer as number 2. Which 2 answer choices are specifically listed as part of the 5 precepts? Yeah, 1 and 3. Which is an example of the opposite of Paramita of morality? Yeah. Which is an example of Paramita of morality? Which of the two is the definition of morality? The other is the definition of compassion. Yeah. When you see others suffering, you will feel the pain as if it was your own. You would try your best to find a way to help them and end their suffering. It has loving kindness and wisdom. Is this compassion or is it morality? Yeah. And that's the end of my presentation.
Very good. Okay, that's very good. So let me you know the word the parameter is a perfection, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me give you an example so you understand the parameter in general. But your presentation is really good and really good layout and very clear.
Yeah,
I just want to add more into it so you can have more detail into it. Let me give you an example, one story so you understand. There were the novice monk, right? Novice monk, that means he just became a monk, right? And not too long, right? He practiced under his teacher. One day, the teacher, usually the they live in the mountain, right? And usually the lay people, there were one family very devoted lay people. They usually go to the mountain and do the offering. Them make an offering for example, during the lunchtime they will offer rice to them, right? But somehow on that day that maybe the person is somehow they're busy, they don't remember. So he told his student to go down there and go to the lay person house and do the umbo. You know the umbo, right? They hold the umbo to baking for food, right? Usually the monk. And before go, the teacher said to the student that, well, always uphold your morality. That means uphold your precept. That is the number one thing you need to do. Okay. So when he went out there and during that time, the family, they that means both parents, they go to the vegetable, one of the vegetable in the city, and the daughter did not want to follow them. She want to stay home, right? Okay, all right. I think she was about 18 years old. Okay, and but before the parent went, the parent said that when you at home, if anyone come and knock on the door for any if any monk come, and you should respect them and you should offer to them, make an offer to them. Yeah. So when the novice monk came and he knocked on the door, and when she opened it, well, she fell in love with this novice monk. Okay, and you know what? She invited him to into the house, and she tried to make him what you call try to make him break the precept, right? And the novice monk no. So he said that, can you give me one moment? And let me go into the room. And when he go into the room, he locked the door. Okay. And you know what? He what did he do? He kneeled down and he make the vow to the Buddha, right? That he will give up his own body to uphold the precept. That means he killed himself because he don't want to violate the morality, the precept. That means the sexual misconduct. Does it make sense? So this is an example of the parameter of morality. Make him become very perfect for the virtue. Other people, when they uphold the precept, they even though they do not violate the precept, but when things happen, they can be able to break the principle. So it's not really the perfect one. So the perfect one is we live for our principle. The principle is more important than anything else. When we live with our principle, is that can you be able to still call yourself a person? A person without principle. Do you think other people can trust you? No. So we make sure we uphold our principle. That is the most important at all. Because sometimes we are too busy with the worldly thing, right? We forgot about our own principle. Does it make sense? And that's why we will lose it. And we easily break it. Okay? So I just want to give you an example of that thing. Okay? Any question for me? Mm. Mm. Yeah, you give the good story about the compassion over the morality. That's really good. Sometimes, yes, we need to uphold the precept. But if the precept we uphold, we harm others, that is not good either, right? So, but we have to be very careful. Don't abuse. We have to be very careful. We have to know what to do. For example, sometimes we say that, well, when I lie, I don't hurt other people. It's okay. Is that okay? Can you lie? Because you say you lie, I don't. When you when you say something that's gossip, right? It doesn't harm anyone. Is that a good thing? No, it's not a good thing. It will become a habit. It will harm us. Right? So just like the morality, just like a country, if we don't have the law, right? We don't have the constitution. Can that be a country? No. No one can live peacefully. We need to have a constitution. We need to have the law. The law is very important to guide the country, to have everyone live peacefully. So morality is just similar to the law. In Buddhism, we call the precept. Instead of we call the parameter of morality, it's also called the parameter of precept. The word precept, Precept, right? It means the law. So basically, good job. If you don't have